Greetings and welcome to Smartwatch Ticks. We're a YouTube channel on the web at smartwatchticks.com. Got a box here. We're going to do an unboxing. Oh yeah. Well, what's in here? Would you believe a Pixel phone? I didn't think so. But you know, it's very much like a Pixel phone in that this is the original version of this particular watch, which you see marketed by other companies under different names. But this is the original. This is the one. This has started it all. And it's called the Z36. It's available to you directly from MISIRUN in the MISIRUN official website. Tells you all about it. 4 gigabyte, full network, all of this stuff is going on. 4 gigabytes of RAM, 128 gigabytes of storage. In fact, here's the full spec sheet on it. You may have seen it here under a couple of different names. The real giveaway is 128 gigabytes. This is the only version of this watch that has that kind of onboard storage. And 1.6-inch standard screen, you see on all of them. A 2-megapixel front camera for video conferencing, a little bit low, and a 5-megapixel side camera, again a little bit low by today's standard, but it's the basic one for all watches that come with this particular configuration. So what we're getting is that huge amount of memory on this one. 900 milliamp hour battery, plus there's a power bank in the box we'll be showing you. Here's the software specs, what you can do with it. And you do have over-the-air updates, which we definitely want to check for when you get yours, and basic stuff on size and package contents. The main thing is it does include that power bank. When you remove the lid, ta-da! We've got the actual watch. That's all you see when you open it, so nice packaging. You can remove this. Got to get the edges off of it with the band. We'll take a look at that in a minute. Look deeper in the box, we find a few things. Here is a charging wire. Well, this is the USB to micro USB for charging the power bank. Here's the power bank that comes with it. And you just plug it in there, charge this up, and then you can set the watch directly on top of the power bank. And that's how it will give you the extra boost charge. And then we have, of course, a separate charging wire. So this all constitutes one way of charging. And this, a 4-port connector, magnetic connector that attaches to the back. There we go, is the other way of charging. So you can leave one at home, take one with you to work, and you're set to go. If you keep this thing charged up, slap this on it to give a boost charge to it, and then take it and use it, let this charge back up again, you'll always have an extra boosting power source available to you. Deeper in the box, we've got an operations guide, basic introductory stuff, and in Chinese. And then, of course, we've got the manual, and this is a Chinese version of it. Further in here, we get to the English version. Now, this is, like I said, it's like a Google Pixel phone. This is going to be your basic watch. And any enhancements or changes or different watch faces, they're usually added by the different companies that take it, rebrand it, put their own firmware updates on it, and then sell it, of course, under their name. This being the vanilla Z36, not really branded, really the basic Pixel phone equivalent in the watch format. Text-based manual. Some other companies take this, get their graphics department to make some pictures, but this is the guide by which the other companies can follow if they want to rewrite the manual. I'm going quickly through it. I know you can't read it this fast, but the intent is that if you want to, you can just freeze frame your YouTube while it's playing and dive into any of these particular pages. But we do like to put the manuals on because it might be the only place you're going to see this. So as far as the watch goes, it's got a really smooth, clean back to it. Speakers right here, right next to the SIM card slot, and The SIM that you use needs to be on the GSM network. That's AT&T or T-Mobile. And yeah, you can take the SIM from your phone if you're on that network and slide it in here, or take it, put it back in your phone, go back and forth with it if you want to. You've got two buttons, a camera on the side, and then your front camera is right here. We've got a cover to remove, which is not your screen protector, but just the cover. There's a screen protector, if you can see it in the reflection right there. And then, of course, we have a cover on the back that's over. I purposely didn't clip my nails for you guys today so I could do this. These are the sensors for your heart rate and such. Okay, removable bands. We've seen that before. And let's turn it on. Now, because we're going back to basics, and this is the basic phone out of the box, I want to show you right from the beginning. It boots up and just says Smartwatch. Usually, when I turn a phone on, you're going to see it put its brand name there and a swirling little logo. That's typical of the firmware changes. Once it gets to the sound, now it's in the boot up process of the underlying operating system. So the first thing you've got is the logo stuff, and then into this. Then, if it's fresh out of the box, which this is, you get to your language select. Now, I'm going to take the time today to scroll through and show you the languages, because these are the ones that will be on all of these watches. The firmware updates don't add additional watches. This is all dependent on the underlying software in it. And so the canned one in this watch will be the same in all watches that are exactly the same, produced by the same factory. We're going to stick with English. Get my little arrow to come up. Here we go. In terms of operation now inside, when you scroll down, you see it's pretty colorful. You've got a different kind of a look and feel to your controls. So this is right out of the box. No modification to the firmware, so you can see exactly how it looks and works unaltered. You've got all of these things. They're colorful. They change from blue to yellow when you turn them on. Of course, this is your overall brightness. There's full bright. There's dimmest, which is really good for nighttime. And we're running it at about a 1 so we don't oversaturate the camera here. Your basic quiet mode is right there, but it doesn't silent that boot up and shut down sound as far as I know. We have to do that manually. We'll take a quick look at that. Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. I'm right in the house with my Wi-Fi real close by, and I'm not wondering why I'm completely orange. That's really interesting. It's like only a couple of notches there. That's something I'll have to check into. And that's all you have, are these just two panels there. And that's typical on Android 10 now. When you go this way, you get your notifications pushed from your phone when you're tethered. When you come this way, you get all of your apps, phone, contacts, and SMS are related to the SIM that you put now in on the side here, not in on the bottom. So pretty easy to take the SIM from your phone and slide it in here when you're going out for a jog, and just have your phone's SIM, if it's compatible, AT&T or T-Mobile, part of the GSM network, just have that SIM in here. When you get back, pop it out of here, put it back in your phone, and you can get by with just having one SIM and two phones, your real phone and then your watch phone. And all of this stuff works with that phone network. It does not tether and Bluetooth to your phone to use your phone SIM in the phone, okay? And none of these do. Your overall settings we'll take a look at. Then you got heart rate monitor, which has been improved somewhat, we hear. You got this new thing on breath training where you can run, set the time frame you want. This is a 1 minute. Oh, look at that. It's got to test your heart rate first and get that. Well, we'll play with that when we do a full review. This is, just a quick first impression stuff. A stock browser. There's your cameras. We're going to test those. They're on the side just to show you quickly. That's the front one up here. And I can go over here and switch it to the side. They call it a back camera, but that's over there. Take a picture, show the picture. And yeah, it's blurry because I was moving, but that's pretty much it. The basic camera in here. Back button. You got the gallery to look at your pictures. A calendar. It's not the Google suite of apps in here. Alarm clocks, music player. a sound recorder. The file manager, now this is where we're going to have some fun. Remember I told you it has 128 gigabytes, and there's been a question, is that real or has it been massaged? Because you can get some of those thumb drives that say they're 128, but they're only like 2, been, how do you say, up-faked? This is really it's the real deal. I've taken a ton of my old videos, the raw footage that I shoot for these things, and just uploaded them here, tons and tons of them. Here's a quick review of something. Can you hear me in there? Now, I'm using... Where's my speaker? I don't know. Okay, I'll pause it this way. Come on, pause. We're looking at it through VLC. That's a third-party app. Highly recommend that one. I've downloaded it. You can adjust your volume right here. You can adjust your brightness from this side. And, of course, you can just play it. So I want you to hear it at full volume. You hear that? That's 100%. Or 83 right there. You can actually boost it beyond 100% with this particular app. You can go full brightness and you can take it down if you want to. Okay, it doesn't seem to be changing for me right there, but you have that control on it. When you set it up, for triple tap zoom, you can do that with their accessibility aspect of it. You can get it more full screen. You can press and hold here. You can change it from circle screen to square screen, and you have a tiny little window right in there. All those kind of features that you've seen before is part of the stock firmware in here, and it will play YouTube right out of the box as well if you get that all set up with it too. So I'm going to bring us back out of here. That was the file manager, and it indeed can work as a thumb drive for you, really, if you want a place to back up to 128 gigabytes of stuff. You got the weather app, that's pretty much the same, and the fitness is pretty much the same. It takes on a different look here. Notice they've changed them into these little cards, and so you can go in, you can set up your targets if you have any, and then you can activate it, and it does use GPS, so you can set the positioning, turn that on, and then it'll get your position, location, and do your tracking with GPS. You got your desktop settings in here for basically selecting your dials and menu style. We're doing just kind of a linear type. You have all different kinds. You have like that, and that's the straight kind, 3 in a row, the clock looking format, 4 on a page, all those. And this is the kind of curved one, which is the one we're in right now. So you can change all of those things too. We went right back to the beginning. Okay, we were down in music, file manager, fitness, and the desktop stuff. Then you got your basic Google, Play Store, and Maps are all in here. And overall optimization, which is where we've talked before about these different things you can do. Set up face unlock on it, third-party image improvement on the screen. Basic Android 7 migrated to Android 10 in the stock operating system and firmware. Here's a watch face store. Now this is a little different. This is where you connect to the server, and we used to just see big pictures of the faces. Now you're getting them in these little thumbnails with a name, a title, and a size, and a descriptor. And any one of them you want, you just hit download, and it'll download it, install it as quickly as that. And then when you exit out of here and you go home, you'll be in that new watch face. And of course you can press and hold to cycle through. There's another one that I downloaded, and then all of these are the stock faces, and we'll come back and take a look at those at the very end so you can see how they look like. We were at Watch Face Store. There's the App Store, which is a little store for just selected apps that you can download. that you don't need to have your Google account all set up like a stopwatch, Facebook, WhatsApp. There's a calculator and a flashlight. All of those little apps you can download just to get folks started. The face unlock and assist are right here, and there's VLC that I installed. So check this out. It is really, really smooth. It's a very fast, easy to operate watch. It feels really, really good. The build quality is excellent. It's relatively lightweight, pretty much comparable to the others. All in all, I like it. I think if you already have an Android smartwatch, a fairly recent one, there's probably no need to upgrade. It's not bringing that much new to the table. But if you're back on an Android 5 or 6 or even an earlier 7.1.1, you want the little bit larger 1.6-inch screen, you want something that's got good battery life and does have update capability with different firmware, international version of the firmware from the full Android watch team. This is a great one to get into because it's the first one we've seen come out with 128 gigabytes of storage. So there is a featured stock watch face. Now, if you do upgrade the firmware, you won't get these faces. That's a trade-off. If you stick with the stock firmware, you're going to get out of the box, then you'll see all of this. But if you, that's the one we had before. But again, if you shift to the international firmware, you'll get a different set of watch faces. You can also always install custom watch faces on these watches, and there's a lot of those out there. I expect we'll be seeing these show up on other watches in the future as well, too. Pretty fun. A lot of this little space suit guy twirling around in space. So you haven't seen it on really. Let me do that last little bit for you, and then we'll turn you loose to go pick one of these up if you want. Okay, just a simple connection band. And there we go. System, settings. Okay, let me show you some of that, some of the new stuff that's in settings. We didn't get through all of that. Down in here, you got your network interface, connected devices, apps and notifications, battery, your display area. When you get in here, you've got this night light thing that you can turn on and off, and that will make the screen and the writing amber in color and change it so it's softer on your eyes at night and a little bit dimmer, you notice, too. Okay, you can set a schedule up or do that instantaneously. That's kind of new. Dark theme. That everything is like what you're seeing here, black background with white lighting on your apps and other things that it'll support. Your overall screen timeout still up to 30 minutes. You can set that. You twist your wrist to wake, and bright screen notification. Now, that was in display. Sound is basically your volumes and ringtones and things. Storage we just looked at. Notice I got it filled except for about 17 gigabytes free, and it's all working fine. All of the videos are playing. It's real legitimate 128 gigs of memory in this. Last little bit of watch face joy. Here's another nice one here. I can brighten the screen up for us a little bit, show some of the detail. Having a 400 by 400 pixel resolution is really great. Get all these other ones, got some colorful ones like that with your data on it, heart rate and step count and time, just on and on. All right, let's talk once again about how you get this puppy. It's the factory original Z36 being brought to us by MISIRUN, and you can pick it up from their original MISIRUN official website. Check the show notes for the buying link on this one because we should have a really good price for you and a coupon discount, at least in the first few days. So, you know, if you're watching this now, check it right away and try to bring that price even further down. It's 4 gigabytes, 128 gigabytes storage, and it includes the 900 milliamp extra power bank with it. Yeah, good deal. All righty, gang, that's it for today. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you again soon.